began like any other night in the skies. March 8, 2014. Flight MH370 prepared to depart Kuala Lumpur International Airport bound for Beijing. Aboard were 227 passengers and 12 crew members, families, students, business travelers, children with sleepy eyes clutching their parents' hands. The captain, Zahari Ahmad Shah, was an experienced pilot with over 18,000 flight hours. First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid was young but capable. There was nothing unusual about the crew, the passengers, or the flight plan. At 12:41 a.m., the Boeing 777 roared down the runway and lifted into the night sky. Everything looked routine, weather clear.
Systems normal, voices from the cockpit calm.
But within 40 minutes, something happened. Something no one could explain. As MH370 crossed the South China Sea, its transponder, the device that broadcast its identity and position, suddenly went dark. Air traffic control called the crew, expecting a quick reply. Silence. Then, as if guided by an invisible hand, the aircraft turned sharply west, flying back across the Malaysian peninsula. No mayday call, no distress signal, just a ghost flight moving against its own route, disappearing into the night. The final words ever heard from the cockpit were chilling in their normalcy. "Good night, Malaysian 370. At that moment, no one knew they were hearing the end of something that would baffle the world for the next decade. When dawn came, families gathered at Beijing Capital Airport, clutching phones, flowers, and hope. But the arrival boards never changed. MH370, delayed, then missing, then nothing. As hours turned into days, search teams mobilized from across the globe. The South China Sea was scanned inch by inch. No debris, no signal, no trace. It was as though a 300-ton jet had simply vanished into thin air. But then, a discovery. Malaysian military radar showed that the plane had turned west, crossed Malaysia, and continued over the Andaman Sea. Then silence again. Hours later, satellite data revealed a final haunting clue. 7 automatic handshakes. Brief pings between the plane and an orbiting satellite. Each one suggested MH370 was still flying, for nearly 7 hours after contact was lost. But where? Welcome to CurioBox. If you're new here, we tell the real stories of mysteries that defy logic and explanation. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments. It helps us know when best to reach you. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because what comes next might just change how you see this mystery forever. Analysts mapped those satellite pings and discovered 2 possible flight paths. One north toward Central Asia, and another south, deep into the Indian Ocean. The southern arc seemed more likely. But there was nothing out there, just endless waves. The search area spanned millions of square miles, making it one of the most expensive operations in aviation history. Weeks turned into months. The world watched as theories multiplied. Some believed the plane was hijacked, others thought it was pilot suicide. There were whispers of mechanical failure, cabin depressurization, even a secret military cover-up. But no solid evidence, not one piece of the plane, had been found. Until July 2015, a fragment of a wing and a flaperon washed ashore on Reunion Island east of Madagascar. It was confirmed to be from MH370. The ocean had finally given up a clue, though it only deepened the mystery. If debris drifted thousands of miles, what did that say about where the plane had gone down? Over the years, other small pieces appeared on beaches across the Indian Ocean. Seats, panels, luggage fragments, but the main wreckage? Never found, no black boxes, no final answers. If you've made it this far, please like this video and subscribe. It helps more than you think. And tell us in the comments what you believe happened to Flight 370. Because what comes next still divides experts to this day. One theory suggests the plane was deliberately diverted and flown until fuel exhaustion. Another points to a sudden decompression that rendered everyone unconscious, while the plane flew on autopilot until it crashed. Some even speculate a hijacking attempt went wrong, or that the aircraft was shot down and covered up to prevent international scandal. Each theory has holes, each answer raises new questions. But perhaps the most haunting theory of all is that it's still out there, somewhere, resting in the deep black unknown of the ocean floor, where light has never reached, and where time itself seems to stand still. 10 years later, the mystery remains. Families still wait for closure. Investigators still revisit the evidence, and MH370 still casts its shadow across the sky. A reminder that even in the age of satellites and global surveillance, something, or someone, can still disappear without a trace. The ocean keeps its secrets well, and perhaps this one was never meant to be found. If you've made it to the end, thank you for watching. What do you think happened to Flight MH370? Was it a mechanical failure, a deliberate act, or something stranger? Tell us in the comments below, and if you want more stories like this one, make sure to like, subscribe, and share to keep CurioBox flying into the unknown.